So I've always liked when other YouTubers, do a quick bookshelf tour. My bookshelf kind of grew based on the inspiration of seeing other people's. I think what I have at no other bookshelf. Welcome back to the Muscle Code YouTube channel. This is a video. It'll be a standalone video, and it's a video topic that I've always joked about doing, for years. And I almost was joking that I would never do it. And here I am doing it. So here we go. This video will be my top 3 Sandra Brown books. Now, Sandra Brown has been an international best-selling author for 30 years, at least 30 years. And she writes about one book a year. And, maybe they're airplane books or beach books. But there was a time in my life when I just moved to South Beach where she was my favorite writer. So it's kind of like in golf when someone says, "Oh, this golfer we used to be #1 in the world for a year." Sandra Brown was my #1 author for like around a year and a half. I mean, I went to I think I've read every book of hers, every main book. She has a lot of short stories, shorter novellas types when she was younger. But every main book I've read. Up to about maybe 8 years ago. I used to buy her books when they came out in hardcover right away. And it really started because my mom was a big fan of Sandra Brown. So she kind of passed that down to me. And I don't know, for current mystery, for books, for current, still working writers, if I need a mystery fix, I still go with Sandra Brown. I think her mysteries, you can solve them, which is kind of fun. Like with Agatha Christie, it's pretty much it's impossible. I know maybe some people do, but the way she does misdirection, it's impossible. Some of her solutions are a little off the wall. But with Sandra Brown, her plot twists, they're not crazy. You can guess some of them, and that kind of is a good mental challenge sometimes to solve some of her. So I figured I'd do a quick my top 3 favorite Sandra Brown books, because she has so many. Some, if you need help narrowing it down, if you want to give one of hers a try, maybe this will help. So my list starts with my mom's favorite, Charade. And it's Charade, it's, the main character. And you never remember any character in a Sandra Brown book. Never. You never remember the names, but you remember enjoying it and having fun. So, and the main character in this one, she gets a heart transplant. And then, the question is, where did she get the heart transplant from? Whose heart is it? And then it goes into, obviously, a couple of romantic encounters, like every Sandra Brown book. But the ending, it came together. I mean, I read a lot of books. I read, a lot of hardcore fantasy. I read, But the ending of this book was exciting. They all kind of converged onto the same house. And it was Sandra Brown she's a good writer. She's a good writer. Good, smooth, enjoyable. She has style. And the way it all came together is just, if you're going to read a book on the beach, I mean, I could finish a Sandra Brown book in one day, but if you're going to the beach and you just want to kick back with a Corona and nice weather and read a book, Sandra Brown books, you can't go wrong. And this one I really like the way this came together at the end. It was exciting, and it's my mom's favorite, and it's my third on my list of top 3 Sandra Brown books. Going into number 2, I have The Switch. And this is one of the older ones. And I grabbed this from my mom's collection. And it's just, it has a vintage feel. And I have twin sisters. So this is about a set of twins. And, obviously the plot twists and, the mistaken identity and it was one of the memorable ones. So, and this copy, I'll always have this copy. And just the fact that it reminds me of my sisters, and it's memorable, and it was just done well. It's my second favorite Sandra Brown book on my list. My first on the ranking is the very first Sandra Brown book I ever read. And that's usually the case. Like your number one book in the series is usually your favorite. I talk about in Discworld, the first book, Moving Pictures, was the first book I read in that series, and it's still my favorite. Well, Chill Factor was the number one, was the first Sandra Brown book I ever read, and it's still my favorite. I like the name. I like the atmosphere. I like, where they are in the book, and it's like you can feel the cold in a way, and it's the plot. This is the first time I was introduced to her plot twist, and I was like, whoa! It was just a fun story to read. I definitely didn't regret reading it, and I'm gonna reread this year, because I took it last time I visited New York. I took it back down with me. So number one, Chill Factor. Sandra Brown top 3, and I watch a lot of author interviews on YouTube, and it's almost like got to the point now where it's like I only like to read authors that I like. So if I don't like who they are, if I feel like maybe I wouldn't get along with them, sometimes I kind of stay away. But if you ever listen to Sandra Brown, like, she's super nice, she has style, she's super cool. I like listening to her, and I'm proud to be a fan of her books, and I promote them. Hey, is it the best? Is it literature? No, but you know what? Sometimes you eat McDonald's. Like, sometimes you need to get McDonald's, and it tastes really good. Not all the time, but every once in a while. So I'm proud to promote Sandra Brown, and it's fun being this Sandra Brown. Maybe you could tell that I'm having fun talking about it. So there's my top 3: Sandra Brown, Charade, The Switch, and Chill Factor. Let me know this is the only time I'll ever say this, and let me know what your favorite is in the comments below. I never say comments below, but you know what? Let me know your favorite Sandra Brown book in the comments below. And thanks for stopping by. Hope to see you back. So I've always liked when other YouTubers, do a quick bookshelf tour. My bookshelf kind of grew based on the